And hello everyone, here's Mr. Cadines, and I will say this one more time, but I am not paying too much attention on YouTube actually, because living life, finding a job, things are just this way. And since I cannot live from YouTube, I have to find a job, as everyone else. So for today, we'll have a video about Darius. I actually played a lot of Darius, as you can see by the mastery, for some time, and I had a lot of fun. The champion is pretty simple, and for people who think he is brain dead, yes and no, because it's really simple actually. But to play it well, that's different. I've seen people start by the ultimate, which you will see as I will explain. It's just dumb. No words about it. I will start by talking about the build, two builds actually, rune spells, and then I will go on practice mode to show you the abilities. So first of all, this is the build that I use if we need a split pusher, and this build is the one I use if we just need a fighter. I also have a jungler build, but I don't play jungle anymore, so yeah. So this build is the one that I've played on the video with a slight change. So, about the items. Black Liver, really good. This item just fits perfectly Darius. Now, there was like about 3 or 4 patches ago, they changed Black Liver, and instead of needing 6 attacks to stack, it only needs 5. 5, such as his passive, that I will talk later. So, this one reduces the enemy armor for each time you deal physical damage. Darius is full physical, so try Darius full AP, okay, yeah, it can work, but no, it just changes completely the character and make him basically useless. So, Black Cleaver really good, it gives a lot of ability haste, damage, and even health for more sustain. I really enjoy Sterak's Cage in every fighter because it gives more damage, more health, and a shield that even gives tenacity. That's huge. Tenacity, I will refresh your minds, reduces the time that you get CC, crowd controlled. You will get stunned for less time. Same for root. Knockbacks and knockups, I'm not sure if it works, but I think it doesn't. Blade of the Ranking, really good, perfect. The only weak part about Darius in general is his mobility. He needs mobility, needs to be faster. Blade of the Ruined King helps in so many points on him. First, Vamp, really good. The more health you gain, the more you can stay in the fight, the more you can attack. Damage, not much. It's actually one of the weakest attack damage items on the upgraded, like here on this part. But the passive of this item will do everything. It even gives you attack speed. Attack speed is perfect for Darius. Really good. You can also play Trinity Force, which works very well because in his components it has Shin. Shin makes his next basic attack deal bonus damage if you use an ability. So it's perfect for empowered basic attacks. But I prefer Blade of Iron King, no doubt about it. This is really good against tanks. The passive. It has two actually. So on a melee champion, it deals 9% of his max health. It's an on-it effect. Some champions have abilities that triggers it. So keep this in mind. Deal damage equal to max health. So really good against tanks, for example. Second passive, every time you hit an enemy champion the same, with 3 different attack or abilities, not only you deal a bit of magic damage, but the most important part is you will steal their movement speed. It will make you faster and make them slower. That's why you will see like some strings from them to you. It has a cooldown of 1 minute, so keep this in mind. There will be a small square when this is on cooldown. Damage Plate, really good on Darius, because it builds momentum stacks at 100. You gain movement speed. Movement speed, it's what Darius like. And it also deals bonus magic damage when you are full stacks, but that's not the most important part. It gives you HP, it gives you armor, and it makes you faster, and it even makes you deal a bit more damage. But that's the less important part. For magic resistance, Spirit Visage, really good. Not only it gives you HP, also ability haste, really good on Darius, you can spam more your abilities. It gives you magic resistance, which is good in general because in every game there is at least one magic damage dealing champion. But the Spirit Visage is really good because it makes your regen better. So your first ability will give you more HP, but also the healing effects that are on you are increased. What does it mean? Even if you have like a Soraka in your team that heals you, this triggers. The effect will be even better. Now, some different items that you can choose. So, as a secondary item, this one is really good. And I will play with this one in this game. And you'll see the difference. Executioner's Calling is a secondary Gravenous Wounds item that you can buy. So, Gravenous Wounds, quick recall, it will make the regen from the enemy 50% less effective. So, really good. By the way, on Black Cleaver, it builds with Phage and Kindle Gem. It depends on what you want. So Phage is good because it makes you more tanky on fights and deal slightly more damage. If you feel that you don't need damage, just go for this one. It gives you the same amount of health, but ability haste. So it can also be more damage depending on the point of view because using your abilities more often will make you deal more damage. So think when you will use it. Um, this one actually is, I wouldn't say bad, but it costs the same price at two long swords. Uh, it gives you damage, basically the same as the Blade of the Ruined King, but the Gravenous Wound effect is the most important part on it. So if you're facing a Mundo, just take the 3 or 4 waves, the plant, if you have any fruit, recall as fast as possible to get this one. It will change your whole laning phase. Not lying. More. It ends up building this one, Mortal Reminder, so a bit more than double the attack damage from the normal Executioner's Calling, a lot of armor penetration, and it still applies Gravenous Wounds. If you feel that the enemies have a lot of assassins, go for Death's Dance instead of the Blade of the Ruined King. And on physical damage items, I don't think that there is any other that can be really interesting, except Bloodthirster. In some patches, it's gonna get changed, but for now, it's really good. Why? If you can one-shot the item, what does it mean? If you can buy it immediately, if you have like 3,400 in your pocket and you recall, buy this. Why? A lot of regen, physical vamp, and a huge attack damage boost. Huge. I think it's actually the biggest in the game. Why is it important? Because it helps your stacks and all your abilities scale monstrously well. Magic, no, just don't. On defensive items, those two can actually be applied. I think Sterix Gauge, you always need to go for it, like an attack damage item, Sterix Gauge, and then those three are situational. You can go for 3 tank items, you can go for 1 tank item and 2 physical, or just depends on the situation. If the enemies have a lot of attack damage, just go for Thornmail and then Man's Blade. If they have champions that deals damage, I will say ticking damage. That is ta 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 ta, like the ignite. It doesn't deal immediately all the damage. It deals damage over time. So this, instead of going for Spirit Visage, go for the Force of Nature. This is really good against Cannon and Katarina, for example. Why? Because their ultimates deal sticking damage. Against the Fizz, it can be interesting because of his passive. His passive makes you take damage for 3 seconds, if I'm not wrong. So it will trigger this. This not only gives you magic resistance and HP, it also gives you movement speed. And Every time you take magic damage, you also gain a bit more magic resistance and movement speed. It's slight, but it can make difference. I don't think there are any other interesting items. On the secondary items, if you're playing against a magic damage champion in your laning phase, this one is really good. So you start by buying this. I think you always should buy a longsword in the beginning, always. But then, as soon as you can recall, with 100 and 200, 1200 gold, sorry, buy this X Drinker. Really good one. Really good. It's really gold efficient. So it gives you attack damage and magic resistance. If you're playing against an assassin, a Gragas, or any other magic damage champion, this one is really good. And it also builds on X Stringer, sorry, Maul of Malmorius. That gives you more damage, more magic resistance, more ability haste, and the shield when you will be below or at 35% HP. This one, it will give you Vamp. It will make you even more tankier. It will make you gain life. For boots, I almost always go for Mercury threads, except some cases that I go for steel caps. Basically, this is always your good to go if the enemies are full or almost full attack damage champions. With not a lot of CC, just go for steel caps. This one is really interesting to buy really early against champions like Fiora, Darius, Garen, for the enchants. Mm, Not much that you can actually pick. If your team needs a tank, go for Stoneplate. If you need to split push, go for teleport. If you don't need it, probably Quicksilver Stash, it's the best one. I actually call this one QSS because it's like from the PC version. This one is actually an item and not like a boot enchant. It's usually called QSS. Can be interesting to buy this one if you are like really fed or really strong and you feel that you can just like run them down. For the second build, it's basically the same. I don't really enjoy Trinity Force because I don't know, it's like a kid that wants to grab everything that he can and it ends up dropping everything on the floor because he cannot just hold it. Yes, it gives you a lot of stats, but it doesn't give you as much attack speed as Blade of the Ruin King, it doesn't give you enough attack damage. The HP, there are a lot of items that give you more, even on physical, such as Black Cleaver, for example, that gives almost a double. The only good part is the ability 8 that is really good, but again, the Black Cleaver gives the same. Is it interesting? Yes, it's definitely interesting, but I don't like Trinity Force anymore. The second build is basically the same, so but try to focus more on tanks on this one. This one is more like an independent build. You deal a lot of damage by yourself. Runes, Conquer, no reason to go for another one. Maybe Phase Rush, but no, I just go for Conquer because, yeah, it's just too good to go. On Red Runes, if you feel comfortable, Champion. If not, just go for Weakness, it's just the best. You can also think about going for Triumph if all the enemies are squishy, but I think this one is just better overall. Second runes, the green ones, sorry, Resolve. Second Wind, you can go for Enter Titan if the enemies have a lot of CC because it will give you tenacity. But I think overall, again, second Wind is better. On the blue runes, if you are sure that you're gonna split push, Mastermind. If not, go for Sweet Tooth. As simple as it gets. There are no reasons to pick any other, so just go for this. For the summoner spells, always flash, no words about it. And then depending on your matchup, you can choose Ghost, Ignite, which will be the case with me. Barrier, if you feel that you can do something but it will be a bit risky, this one is more to have like a takedown, early takedowns. Exhaust can be really interesting against assassins because it will make them slower but also deal less damage. And Ghost, it can also be an option if you think that you can just run after people. So, enough talking, I will see you on practice mode to quickly talk about the abilities. Okay, so here we are in practice mode. And now I'm gonna quickly talk about the abilities. First of all, the passive. The passive is everything about Darius. Every time I attack, look at the dummy. You see, there is a red ball around him, and it deals damage. 5. It stops. It deals damage for 5 seconds. If I attack 2 times, there you go. He has 2 stacks. 3, 4, 5 is at max stacks. And as you can see, he has a symbol on top of him. Look below my health bar. You see, I attack him 3 times, so I have 3 marks. 4, 5. Now I have a red bar. If I attack this one, boom, immediately 5 stacks. Boom, 5. Boom, 5 again. What does it mean? That's everything about Darius. Darius is all about his stacks. In your head, I highly recommend you to count deal 5. When you are in the middle of a team fight, lock a champion. For example, this one. No, this one. Ah, this one's prettier. No, this one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you can do this. That's the perfect setup on a team fight. You will deal so much damage, believe me. So, what you want to do with Darius is stack 5 times on your enemies by any way. Because the next enemy that you will attack will immediately apply 5 stack instead of 1. What does the stacks do? It deals damage over 5 seconds. It scales with magic damage. Physical damage. And the damage that they will take will depend on the tech damage that you have. First ability, a spin. Carefully look at the dummy. You see, I hit him with the outer part. He has a stack. I will hit him with the inner part now. It doesn't have a stack. What do you want to do is hit the enemies with the outer part. As you can see, I have a circle around me, but I have a bigger one on the other side. This one, you see? There, I apply the stack. There, I don't. Sorry. My English is terrible. I just woke up. Okay. The outer part not only deals more damage, it also heals you, but it does apply the stack. Always hit the enemies with the outer part of the ability. Leveling up this ability, you want to do it first, because the cooldown will highly reduce, the damage will increase, the scaling, I'm not sure. Yes, the scaling on the outer part will increase too. So I think it always heals you for 15% of your missing HP for each enemy hit. So if I would take damage, I would get 15% of my missing HP here on this case, or 30 here because I hit 2 enemies. The second ability, look at the X, okay? Boom. And the enemy is slow. It also reduces a bit of armor. Or, no, it doesn't. I thought it would reduce armor, but apparently it doesn't. Ah, no, it's the slow, right. So, this will make your next attack, basic attack, deals bonus damage and slow. So, look at my attack speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now, I will quickly auto-attack and use my second ability to refresh the animation. It is called refresh auto attack. So ta. See? 2 times, really fast. 1, 2, 3. If I attack and then quickly I use my second ability, I can attack again. Ta. You see? So always do this. Never use the second ability just like that. Just always combo it. Those are 2 free stacks. This one is the one that you will max last. Apprehend. This ability is really annoying, actually. It pulls an enemy towards you. It can be... I don't want to do this. It'll be annoying. So I'll just go on minions. There. You, come here. 1. It doesn't deal damage. It grabs all the enemies that are here. It actually deals damage because the game automatically attacks, but it usually doesn't. It doesn't grab anything else. Basically just champion, minions. A nice trick that you can do. You, come here. It can go through walls. He got angry. So, the most important part about this ability is the passive. You gain armor penetration. At level 1, 15% armor penetration. Level 2, 22, level 3, 29, and level 6, 20, level 4, 26. 36, oh my god, numbers in the morning. Ugh. So, the abilities that you want to max out is the ultimate as soon as possible, the first one, this one, and then the third one, because the third one basically just gives you more damage. Nothing else. Reduces the cooldown, makes you a little more damage, more scaling, just not really interesting in comparison to the armor penetration that you will gain from the grab. The ultimate, let's talk about it. It's basically a dash, but it doesn't deal damage at all. Just look at this. I'll show you how to deal damage with the ultimate. 1, 2, 3. So there. Oops. Nope. I want you to eat this one. It applies stacks, but what you want to do with the ultimate is hit the enemies with 5 stacks. You can also use it on enemies that don't have 5 stacks, but it depends on the case. You have to see. I will actually do this on the game that I will show you, but it's a lot more interesting on doing this on enemies that not have 5 stacks because you will deal a lot of damage. And as the ability says, increase 10% per emerald stack. Emerald stack is your passive. Two things that you have to keep in mind. Using this ability, sorry, if you kill an enemy with this, it will refresh the cooldown automatically. If you don't, it won't refresh. You will get the normal cooldown. So this ability deals true damage, so it's really good against tanks. And that's basically everything about Darius. You want to stack the enemies until 5. Now, the quick and basic combo. If the enemy is far away, just grab him, attack auto attack, and just full stack him. I will just turn off the 0 CD. I will do this here. It's easier. Where is it? Ah, here. So, if you're close to the enemy, 1, 2, it gets slow, 3, 4, 5. Just this. You don't even need to use the grab. If he's running away or something like this, yes, you can eventually do it. I'm just gonna do something really quick. 0 cooldown. I'm not sure if this wall works, but it doesn't. Maybe if he's closer to the wall. This is really good on team fights because you can completely isolate an enemy. What does it mean? My whole team is here, the whole enemy team is on this side of the wall. There. Dead. Totally dead. 5. Boom. Over. Basically, the combo is really easy. You need to practice it just a little for like 2 or 3 minutes and your level just got a lot better. So, attack, second ability, attack this one, grab if he runs, attack again, ultimate. Clean. So that was it. Now I'm gonna jump into the game. So okay, here we are. This game is actually a stomp and it's a really fun game to watch. It was also really pleasant for me to play in the late game. But in the early game, as you will see in a couple of seconds, it just... I got really unlucky. So, first, you want to put a point on this ability most of the time. Then, the spin, and then the grab. But in this game, I will actually do something else. You have to see what do you need. If you need armor penetration, this ability, you always put a point first. I would say always. Probably sometimes you want to put on decimate or even on prehend if you can immediately get a kill. But most of the time, crippling strike, this one if you need dealing or poke. And you will see. Why am I going towards this push? Darius has a really strong level 1 because of his stacks. So you want to chase the enemy, do you remember? I actually caught him. I will slow this just a bit. I wasn't even realizing. Actually, I kinda choked this one, but you should have add one more stack and you will see that yes, it will make the difference. There, 5 stacks, and I ignite him. There, he would have died first if I would have attack and then use crippling strike. It was my fault. I got like really salty about this one. I was like, why is this happening? But it was totally my fault. I just realized it now that instead of using this one, if I would have used the normal basic attack refresh, it would have been dead. I would probably die anyway because Mastery was there. It could have been a lot different and I would have got the first blood. The first blood gives more gold. Because look at my gold. 800 and now it's almost 1,000 already. And not only this, but look at the level. He gained more experience. He gained more experience for this because he killed me and I didn't. Because actually, Thorfinn got the kill. It's good because Fed Katarina is also really powerful. Thorfinn is also on YouTube, so I will put a link on this on my description to his channel. Respect the level 2. Always remember, this was a ranked game, and I knew that I was gonna play against the Nas, so I immediately picked Darius because he's really good against him. But still, respect the level 2. He has 2 abilities, I only have 1. I immediately took the plant on spawn because the plant will respawn faster. At this point, I just want to last it under turret. I would like my wave to freeze. So this will be really good if it can happen. My wave will be closer because my wave stop. And there. Level 2 I got to grab 5 stacks. And he's dead. Or not, because he leveled up right now. This was so unlucky. I was already a bit tilted, but now, yes, it's even worse. Now I want to play safe. The only thing I want to do is just recall. Yes, the wave is in a terrible position, but I cannot fight. What do you think I am gonna buy? Yes, one of the 2 components for the Black Cleaver. If I would have more HP or my ability sooner, faster, with the ability haste, he would have been dead there. So Kindle Gem seems good. And having more HP means that I can be on lane more often. Now, it's really good. The wave bounced back. It's freezing towards me. Now just gonna let the wave like this for some time. If he wants to come to grab a CS, I'm just gonna destroy him. He's gonna lose experience because minions are gonna die. And there. 4. Really close, really close. I don't want to look at this moment. I know what's gonna happen. Wait, just okay. It's done. It was painful for me. I think people will understand what happened, but yeah. There, it can be interesting using your ultimate there. If I would have attacked one more time, he would have been dead, but I thought it would be enough. He leveled up again. One more time. For some reason, he used his ultimate. But if he wouldn't... 2 times that he leveled up, and he would have been dead because of my stacks. 2 times! How unlucky is this? I'll admit that the first one, here at the level 1, was my fault. But the other 2... Anyway, Nasus. It doesn't actually show the passive, it's a shame. Nasus' passive is that he naturally have, I think it's 12% of physical vamp. So Gravenda's Wounds is really good against Nasus. If you think the our 1v1s were really tight now they are not gonna be anymore. And you're gonna see in some seconds. Nothing much, I'm just making the wave as close to my turret as possible, denying him minions. And there, zoning him out. No, you're not gonna have those minions. I'm not gonna let you. He's still level 7. We saw mastery there. Okay, he probably run back. This moment was satisfying as hell. There, you see? I only use my grab when he's running away. I've seen people use the grab when they are close to that person, really close to them, and it just doesn't make sense. Use it almost max range when they are about to run away, because meanwhile you are losing time to stack on the enemy. Anyway, 5 stacks. At this point, I didn't hit Master E. I should have hit Master E, because I would have hit him once. He immediately would have got 5 stacks, and I would have used my ultimate to kill him, and then finish Nazr. Because Master E deals more damage and he's more squishy. I can 2-tap him. I didn't for one reason. Look at him. He has the bone plating up, and it would reduce the damage that I would deal to him. So, let's keep stacking on Nazr. There. Boom. 5 stacks. I heal, just to be sure. And my ultimate, when you kill people, if you look at the minions, they run away from you, they are afraid. So yeah, nothing much happening. The dragon is up. My team destroyed the first turret, really good. Now, I'm just feeding myself. Take the minions, and just attack the turret. Simple. I ran away because I knew that Nas was about to come there. One small tip when you are fighting a Nas. This third ability, the circle that he puts on the floor, never fight on it. Never. Because it reduces your armor. Always keep this in mind. Sometimes it's not easy to do that, but always keep this in mind. Never fight there. So with a double kill, a plate, 2 waves, I am really big. I could finish my Black Cleaver. I have a dagger that gives me attack speed. Attack speed is really good on Darius. The faster you attack, the more you stack. Stack is everything about Darius. Always stack. There, I saw Naz there. So I'm just gonna split push. I'm just gonna take his turret. Easy. And boots. Boots are important. Always. I even used my grab to pull the cannon so I could attack it. There. What is he doing there? He's doing nothing. He almost stayed there for almost a minute and he's doing nothing. Meanwhile, I pushed the wave. I could have taken the turret. But if I would take the turret, they would recall on me. So what am I gonna do? Solo the Rift Herald. Is it hard? No. You have to be careful because it can actually deal a lot of damage to you. What you want to do? Boom! See? The Ion is back. Always want to hit the eye. It deals more damage. This plus my healing plus the stacks can make me easily 1v1 the Herald, even without a smite. On top of all, Nasus died there. Quick point. Boom, 300 gold. 300 gold is about 2 plates. So let's see. My total gold, I even take the scuttle because 120 gold easy. My gold is 6,500. Nasus, I have 2,000 more gold than he does. Not because of the kills, but because of the turret. And if you think the gap was already big, yep, here I am. I got a gold, uh, solo gold on 2 turrets. It's huge. Why was the turret dead? Because the Rift Herald finished it. And the gold goes through me because I spawn it. Now I'm joining my team just to get the dragon simply. There, easy. Now I just want to recall because I have 3,000 gold on me. I'm gonna clear this wave because it would be a shame to lose all those minions. Boom, Joycey. That was satisfying. At this point I thought maybe I could go top and just push the wave to make it crash, but another wave is coming. And don't forget about the mirror effect. If my wave is here, the enemy wave is on the same spot. Here. As you can see. Exactly here. Exactly the same as my wave. So, I'm not worried. And now, on top of all, a slow push is creating. Which means both waves, both mine and the enemies, deals the same damage. So, they will kill each other evenly. If the wave is here, an enemy big wave will be stacking. So, more minions, more damage. So the wave will slowly but surely start going to the side and it will be easy for me to catch a big wave close to my turret. So, what I decided to do in the end was just this. Recall, spend my gold, and now I'm good. There is something weird on this game. First of all, yes, I bought the steel caps. They have a stun, they have root, they have a slow, they have another slow. Mercury would be really good on this game. But I decided to go for steel caps. Why? Because big attack damage from basic attacks, big attack damage from basic attacks, big attack damage from basic attacks. I even missed this one, but nothing happened. I just full stack him and ult. Nothing happened. I still should have went for the Mercury threats, but look at this cannon. He's building critical for some reason. So, really good. Not only I've seen this, but also if he's building critical, okay, so she's building critical. Mastery also builds critical, Ken also builds critical. There is one item that is really good against critical. Random Wind's Omen. 5. Boom! Now, another time. As you could see, I wait for him to use the first ability, Mastery to use the ability when he's untargetable. He used it, and then I grab him because he could have dodged my grab with using the first ability. I should have taken the turret, yes, but I decided to leave it to Thorfinn so he could feed himself, taking the turret. At this point, I'm rotating to my team to see if I can do something. Always steal the camps, because not only that's gold that you are getting, but that's also gold that you are denying from the enemy. Bad timing, really bad timing. But yeah, with a nice attack speed, with just a bit more attack speed, like, you can one-shot a ward using this. Basic attack, second ability, basic attack. At this point, I don't know if we should be fighting, but we are really strong, so let's go. I kill Mastery, Cannon is about to die from the ignite, and I can just run away from Naz. And look, he's gonna catch me, so I just charge my ability and then step towards him to hit him with my heal. I'm still gonna die, but my team just got an ace. So, a shutdown going on Naz isn't important because first is a tank, second. Yeah, 7500 gold in comparison to. Yeah, I think it doesn't really matter, and I can totally shred him, so I'm not afraid at all. Nothing much happening. Dragon is about to spawn. Timo is doing well on putting mushrooms. I still hate Timo. So, just don't overextend too much. Stay with the team. Oh, sorry, too fast. I jump on Misfortune, I one-shot her. We shouldn't fight this. Yes, I am really fed, but we shouldn't fight. So I was pinging to go back. No reasons to fight. Why isn't there a reason to fight? Because they can do something about us. They can actually turn. Ah, small tip. When you are playing with a Katarina, just walk towards her so she can use her shampoo. It's a jump to an enemy. That's how you do it. Now she's a tank, and I'm cutting through him like butter. So anyway, just take the wave that is almost already gone. Take your own jungle camp sometimes. This moment was actually satisfying. Boom, ignite. And he got the double buff. But I'm still gonna let him take the double buff. One thing that you have to be careful when you play with a Darius is he's bleeding. If you let the camp at 1 HP and it's still bleeding, I will get the buff, the Darius, because of the stacks. So yeah, when you are fed, it's about to spawn soon? Okay, maybe not. So I'm just gonna wait on the push a bit. I'm waiting for an opportunity. You don't want to start fights. You want to go there after someone else engages. That's why I'm waiting. This looks good because they are kinda split. I spin on two people, I should have target looks, but now yet I can totally melt Nash. And there. Yep. The region on my first ability is really good. That's what you have to focus on. And you also have region from the natural leveling up and the Blade of the Ruin King. Don't be afraid of taking your own jungle camps. On top of all, our jungler is. Yep. Anyway, the red buff is also really good on Darius because not only it will bleed because of the stacks, it will burn because of the red buff. This game, obviously, I went to 4 Randy wins because of this. It's building critical anyway. So Master Team is fortunate. I was about to build a Randy win anyway because Randy win reduces damage from criticals and reduces the attack speed. There you go. It gives critical rate and attack speed, and that's what critical items does on this game. Attack speed and critical. Randy Win's Omen counters both. And not only this, but it also gives you armor and max health. On this game it was also weird because Cannon also went critical for some reason. And he sold these Leandris. This is a ranked game, by the way. I think this guy is gold up team him, but he's not okay. And we also have a team of support. And Yasuo jungle. Anyway, the teleport is totally useless for me. Because I had a game plan. I should have split on this side. But I don't. So it's totally useless. I decided to open mid because it was a really good opportunity. This moment is really satisfying. And there, mistake. The turret is still there, and I was like, oops. Yeah, oops. Use my ult, so Hemorrhage, 2, boom, I hit her. I wanted to run away, I swear I want to run away. But she came, so I just killed her. She totally suicided herself. She had no reason to go back. I was like in a 2v3. My team just died there. Root, but it doesn't matter at all because I can just finish the team fight. Goodbye. And just taking the dragon. No reasons not to. It's there, it's free. Meanwhile, Yasuo is stealing the jungle camps, he's doing well. I can 1v1 dragons so easily. You can do it with Darius. They should just take the inhibitor and run. No, just run because the minions will finish it anyway. That was a mistake. Because Master E will totally get him. They shouldn't be fighting this. And Cannon. He got really unlucky. Poor Thorfinn. Poor. Anyway, I got the dragon. Movement speed is really good on Darius, as I've told you. I'm just being to be careful to don't fight without me. And there, you see? I pulled the Lux. There, she actually dodged me really well. At this point I don't really want to fight because I'm in the middle of 5 enemies. I deal a lot of damage, but I am not really tanky. Always keep this in mind. I should have waited 1 second before taking the plant because the healing from the plant got halved because Nas use his ignite on me. So let's see. What should I do now? Just go away. Exactly. There are no reasons for us to stay here mid looking at each other and oh, okay, maybe they'll do something, maybe my team will do something. No! Go on some lanes. Go somewhere else. Do something. Staying there is it's just pointless. Looking at your enemies with your whole team just makes you lose experience and gold. Just yeah, it's stupid. Don't do this. I finished my mortal reminder and I bought a QSS. So if I will get CC, I can just use it. There. Now it could be a really good opportunity for me to use it, and I just did. E is really easy to stack. Can die from the stacks. And there you go. You see? Max range. Boom. Actually, I wanted to execute the Mastery, but I won't tap him without realizing it. And again. Yep. She ran away with 1 HP. And at this point, it's pretty much GG. Yuri is just split pushing. Thornton. And my team is just finishing the game. If Thornton would have come here, we would already finish the game, but no point. It's just okay, just stab the Nexus. And that's how you do it. The first kills are really hard to take on Darius, but after this, it's just butter. Just don't feed. Group with your team when you need to group with your team. If you are strong, which is the case with Darius, split push, split push, split push. Even with me splitting all the time, look at the team fights. I was in every team fight. I was the team fight. People collapsed on me all the time. So that's what you have to do. Split push. If the enemies come to try to get you, kill them. Get gold from turrets. That's so important. I was the one with the most damage. I was the one with the most gold, obviously. And Naz was actually the one who took the most damage. Because, yeah, I just focused him every team fight. Why? Because he's the tank. When you are a Darius, the first thing that you have to look at is who is the easiest target for me to stack? Tanks. Tanks are the easier targets. Nas, Mundo, Alistar, Brom. Another thing that you can do is against squishy targets. Lux, for example. Lux, Misfortune, probably. Why? Because you can apply like 2 or 3 stacks, you can use your ultimate and they will die. Using your ultimate also will make your passive to apply 5 stacks. Don't forget it. And yeah, that was it for this video. I cannot promise that I will make more videos. I have not that much time for myself actually. I have a lot of things to do, but I hope you still enjoy. I will put the timestamps in the description if you want to skip some parts. And I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to check Thorntwin. Really good guy. Really good guy. Trust me. And he plays well. So, see you next time, guys.